8, 180.
Check 55.
10, 10, 0.
Like that. There you go. Whip, whip.
970.
Watch the whip. Check.
Back and high.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. T.Y. Hilton, 75 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Raiders 0.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Victory 90. Set 180.
Who that?
White 85.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Got the connection here to Bourne. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
What you got?
Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Set. We're okay. We're okay. Hey, Brown 80.
I'm getting tired of seeing me.
Q.
Check. Fresno.
They go back to Murray on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I don't think you got it, sir.
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 34-yard line.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 34. They run with Murray. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Got an open man. It's Pringle. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
Brown 80.
Line 36. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Plus right.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Hey, come on, oh. Come on, oh. Hey, check 20.
Cluster. Left.
Second down, Rivers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away. And compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Set.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
32.
Now it's Carson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Stafford now to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
First down, Denver.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47.
Watch out.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Broncos push further out in front. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Check 37. Check 37.
Alpha!
Throwing on 2nd down. Rivers. This is complete to Michael Thomas. The 30. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Michael Thomas, 67 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now...
And the Raiders have got him. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Hey, Zoo!
Now Stafford. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He is firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, putting it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Stafford. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good, and then you give up the touchdown on the last drive, now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this.
And caught by Thomas. Touchdown, Raiders. Michael Thomas with his second touchdown of this opening quarter, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. And now this is Hilton on the receiving end. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Second and inches at the 35-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Here's Carson. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
These two teams all tied after one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
Hey, Delta!
50's the mic. Hey, tank. Switch. Watch the scene.
Load it.
Sure.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I love his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Hey, Delta! Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot!
Mike's 50, Mike's 50!
From the gun, Rivers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on third and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Chialini! Chialini!
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford over the middle, complete. That's Beck. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down, Broncos.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
180 and middle.
Let's go.
From the 50, it's Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9.
Brings up second and 9 at the Raiders' 48-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this second and 9.
Hey, Delta!
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've got momentum on their side. They were once down 14-0. Now it's even at 14 as they look to put together a drive to get them the lead. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Get 180! Round 80!
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, Murray. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
I'm going back to you.
Right, 89!
This is Murray. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 38-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
79! Small!
50, Mike's 50. Army.
Now Rivers. Throw left side complete. That's Murray. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Pick it up.
Hey, I'm going to load it. Hey, Delta!
Watch the ship.
Tricks on travel.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement, so now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
70! 40 got! You right 7!
Kill.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at about the 31. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Done! Black 15!
36! Not here! No. Off.
Here's Murray. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 47-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch QB's up.
Throwing Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. 3 bucks, 3 bucks, 3 bucks. Mike, 36.
Rivers to throw it. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Hey, 50.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Here we go. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
Switch. Switch, switch, switch.
Alert.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford under pressure again, and down he goes again. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
0.
Check, 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 check.
White.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Open man is born. Pushing his way through. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's another Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
We taking wins on it. Hey, here we go.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. This one to Bourne out on the left side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 18-yard line.
Set 180. Slack 11.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
White. Get on.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
No lack of guts at all on that one. Normally in this situation in the red zone, that type of play isn't run, but I think they're trying to catch the defense off guard and also break tendency. No one really runs that type of a play. Guess what? We are. Let's see how you handle it.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Sponge, sponge.
White.
10th carry of the game now, Murray. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They'll try and run with Murray. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Murray. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
He can't hang.
White, 89.
That's complete right around the 8. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. T.Y. Hilton with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This fielded at the 2. not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A run, it's Murray. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Line 36. Line 36. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Rivers. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go.
Hey, Rocket.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Silver. Check 31. Check 31.
He's coming. We got double up. Behind.
From the 39, Rivers escaping the pressure right. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
That's
what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back now in the East Bay. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
250.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford, it's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Red 80, 21, alert!
Jump.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. He was looking for Paul Richardson there.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run again with Carson. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just 1 shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Thomas has got it. Complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Here's Rivers. Got the connection here to Bourne. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
You think you won't get this?
Six guys. Check 6 guys.
Hey, Delta!
They run again with Murray. He's seen a ton of action tonight. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That one good for 33 and a first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
At the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
A 20th carry coming up now for Murray. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Stafford. Airing this one out for Evans. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Stafford now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Let's go. Check 3, check 3. Check, 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 check.
Here we go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Hey, easy.
Here's Rivers. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Let's get off the field, D. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Bang.
Rivers to throw for it on 4th. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory.
280, 59.
On 1st down, Carson. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 17-yard line. Tonight,
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for the Broncos, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
y'all came to win.
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you.
trade.
Early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. And that'll carry over the back. Line of the end zone for a touchback.
Monday, down. You ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Check 25, check 25. Watch the eye.
Wait a 9.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
Hey, seam 6.
Now Carr again. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. They'll try the right side with Elliott. Elliott a 1st down and more. 23 yards the pickup there.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Hold on.
Check 26, check 26.
6. Pull it high.
Cross.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Ezekiel Elliott, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now Cook running right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the carry, it's Cook. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Carr now to throw. And he finds Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Check three, check three, check three. Hey, low, low, low. Check 24.
Guys up.
Running with a fullback, Alex Arma. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up. 56. Mike, 56 right there.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A gain of 5.
For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. On third down, Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down.
First down, Los Angeles.
Two goes tonight. Wait,
Man left. One out. Check.
From the 50, it's gone. They're hauling it in, Nelson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down, L.A.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Wait, 20. Hey, 76. 76. 76.
Watch two. Get ready. Switch it.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Flush to his right. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got his target. It's Austin for the Rams touchdown. Tavon Austin. His second touchdown on the season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Throwing on first down is Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offensive coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From the gun, it's Carr. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Carr. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Hey, 7:34. 56.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And able to find Dorsett. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Carr now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down.
Raider 1. Lucky. Go.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Yeah. You don't want to.
Carr to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
93. Hey, Charlie.
10. Whip. Watch the whip. 59, Mike.
To throw again. Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They fire this one quickly to Austin. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
General West. 14. 14.
2, Mike, 2. You don't want to
On first down, it's gone. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. J.J. Nelson. As the first half is winding down, and the Rams tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Well, the Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Goff. That'll be caught by Kupp. A very solid gain of 27. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They go to Elliott again. He's got the first down inside the 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. 51 yards on the punt there.